Trisha and I'm here to take you on a culinary journey right from the heart of 25 Hours Hotel in Dubai. As the Executive Pastry Chef, this is not just a place where I work, it's a creativity hub where I bring my desserts to life. I really want to share some of my favorites with you, so what are you waiting for? Let's get started. It's the Diwali weekend and it's my favorite time of the year. It's a celebration of light, goodness over evil and knowledge over ignorance. Every Diwali, my mother prepares delicious saffron and cardamom rice pudding. So today I'm going to be using the same spices, but I'm going to be giving it a bit of a twist. I'm going to be making a semifreddo. Semifreddo is an Italian dessert that literally translates to semi-cold. It's similar in texture to a frozen mousse, more like an ice cream. It's a frozen dessert and I personally love it. So I will also be using camel milk to give it a bit of a Middle Eastern touch. So what are you waiting for? Grab your aprons and let's get started. So over here, I already have whipped 240 grams of cream. The texture is semi-hard, like you don't want it too soft. In this, I'm going to be adding 220 ml of camel milk. Camel milk has a very distinct taste. It has a bit of saltiness in it and I feel it goes really well with the saffron and cardamom. It's a very interesting combination which I feel you should try it out. And if you don't have camel milk, you don't have to worry, you can use normal kind of milk. So you can just replace it with either that, or you can even use almond milk, oat milk, any milk you desire. And this is done. It's a beautiful texture, there are no lumps. So this I'm going to put it back in the chiller while we proceed with the rest of our recipe. Now we will begin with egg whites, 120 grams and 30 grams of sugar. You can mix it together, it's fine. And just give it a mix. And begin to whisk this at a low to medium speed. In the meanwhile, we are going to start making our sugar syrup. Here I have 120 ml of water and 200 grams of castor sugar. We will cook this syrup to 112 degrees Celsius. Usually it takes longer from 107 degrees and above because this is when all the water evaporation is taking place. So don't worry if it gets stuck at 107 degrees, it will eventually move up and then it moves up quite fast. So you need to keep a close eye. It's about to be done and at this stage I'm going to add a few strands of saffron. It already smells delicious. And we're done. So now you have to be extremely careful while you're pouring in the sugar syrup into the egg whites. Move yourself a bit away when you're doing this. You need to be careful. You need to put it on a slow to medium speed and slowly start pouring that in. And then increase the speed a bit. This is also the process, it's called Italian meringue. Now you can increase the speed, it will take about 10 minutes for it to be nice, shiny and stiff. So now it's a waiting game. This meringue is almost done, but always make sure whenever you're whisking meringue, never to whisk it at the highest speed because what's going to happen, it's going to whisk, but it's going to collapse after. So you need to have a stable mixture, always whisk it at a medium speed. Let's check it out. It's perfect. Look at these beautiful peaks. That's what you want to achieve. And now I'm going to get the cream and the camel milk that I've already mixed in. It's in the chiller. I'm going to get that and we'll get mixing. Here I have the mixture. Just give it a nice whisk. Now add a little bit of the mixture, like 1/3 of it, to the meringue and carefully fold it. You have to be very gentle with this mixture. When it's well incorporated, the 1/3 part, it will loosen up the mixture a bit. You will add the rest of it. All right, we're ready to pipe. The reason I'm setting in these molds because I will be preparing some cardamom cookie after this, so we can have a sort of an ice cream sandwich. I love an ice cream sandwich. It's a very light and airy mixture. And now we're ready to freeze these and we move on to the cookies next. Over here in a bowl, I'm going to be mixing, I have here 175 ml of camel milk. The one that I used before, and if you don't have camel milk, again you can use any milk that you desire. Over here we have 25 ml of corn oil. We have 100 grams of flour. We have 25 grams of sugar, 3 grams of corn flour and 2 grams of cardamom powder. And literally we'll just whisk in everything and the mixture is ready. Make sure there are no lumps. So it's literally the wet ingredients together, the dry ingredients together, and just mix it in. And we're ready to make our cookies. Spray it lightly with butter, oil, just so it doesn't stick. This one's ready. So if you don't have a mold, at the same time, like when you're making the Semifreddo, if you've set it in a frame, you can cut it in a rectangle as well, you can cut it round or triangle. So at the same time, you can cut these in the same shape. So I've already pre-cut some. I mean, look at these beauties, they're super crisp, they're light, they're thin and delicious. I'm going to get the pre-cut ones. So I've already demolded it. They're super light. Now just to sandwich it together, earlier I also prepared some dulce. So that's literally, you get a tin of condensed milk, you take boiling water, you put it on low heat, you put your tin of condensed milk and you let it sit there for 4 hours. When you open the can, the tin, it's going to be this beautiful dulce de leche. So I'm just going to put a bit. It goes beautifully well with the saffron, the cardamom, camel milk, all of these flavors together. I'm super happy with it. As compared to an ice cream, Semifreddo is a lighter version. Do I prefer it more? Maybe I do. And it's time to dig in. I would also recommend for you, if you'd like, you can even, I've taken some crushed ice over here under a plate, and if you want to serve it to someone so it looks pretty and delicious.